Well, welcome to the Watercolor 3 class, Experimental Abstract Watercolor. This is a video I'm going to demonstrate Uffe looks like it says Boesen. He's a Danish painter, and I noticed the students had a lot of trouble with this because the guy doesn't speak English and he doesn't explain anything. And my students do know enough about technique to, if they would take the time to sit down and figure out exactly what he's doing, they would be more successful. So I'm going to do this video in hopes of them coming to terms with that. Welcome to the watercolor class. This is the demo I did for the class for this week. It's a difficult project, primarily because of the hard and soft edges that need to be done to make it dynamic. And I'm not saying that I did a great job on it, but it gives you an idea of what can be done. Bear in mind that you've got warm on one side, cool on the other side. You've got, this is where it really messed up, that this was too wet. You have to be so careful of your moisture on the paper, because you do need these lines to be in dry paper, the calligraphy on dry paper. And you need a liner rigor to do that, because this was done with a number 2 round, and you can see it's just too much, they're just too thick. So other than that, have fun. A couple of the two main issues with this particular painting and style are layering, which I think is missed in most of what my students have attempted, and the other issue is edges. Pay attention, because he uses soft edges and hard edges, and that is not just an accident or just happened. He planned it, and I'm going to try to demonstrate that to you. I'm also going to enlarge the paper itself, which means you won't be able to see much of what's going on the palette, but you can see I paint with a dirty palette, which is fine. As long as I'm using these colors, which I am. First thing he does is he puts in a lot of just sporadic, it's not sporadic, he's got an idea here to get a base down of water. The area on the left should get a little more water, because it's going to take a little time to get over there, not much. He put quite a bit of water down. Yeah, you should be able to see this. This area in here is dry. You will see that that's intentional. There are going to be some hard edge in there and in here. So it starts with yellow ochre, and he uses the paint fairly thick. I'm using a number 14 brush, round, and he'll add water to it. And he almost wrings it out. I just mixed up a green, a very dark green. I'm trying to gray it down a little more. It's permanent blue or Windsor blue, phthalo blue, and cadmium yellow, and burnt umber, and then some Payne's gray into it. So this is being interesting. So this green, I think I told you, was permanent blue, phthalo blue, yellow cadmium yellow, and Payne's gray, and burnt umber. I'm going to have to mist because he would be done with his painting by now. And I need the water behind. The problem with misting is that you get it all over the place, and you want some hard edges, which you're not going to get with misting. So this is a little red. It's a brownish red, which would be burnt umber and cadmium red. Trying to replicate what he has there. It looks to me like he starts off with a good amount of red right here. A little heavy. Still a little heavy. So he tips it up. Next thing he does is he takes a tissue, scrumple up, and he starts erasing stuff out. Don't know why. Apparently he thinks he put down too much paint or water. He wants an open spot here. So the next thing he does is he starts bringing some more calligraphy here. Probably should have used a smaller brush. I think so. Maybe not quite this small. Yeah. Number 2. Okay, so the reason that he pushed away the water is he has a hard line here with a hard edge. So I don't know what that means. Now, one of the biggest difficulties I'm having is, well, first of all, he doesn't talk. And if he did, it wouldn't be in English. So he doesn't, there's no list in the YouTube video of the colors he uses. He's using a lot of colors that I'm trying to mix. And I can't wait for the first drying to come along because I've got to deal with hard edges. So this gray down, it's a mixture of burnt sienna, cadmium red, and plenty of burnt umber. You have to understand that he worked very fast, therefore he preserved his areas for diffusion, and then when it was drier he went back in with his hard lines, which I am missing, but I'm going to put them in eventually. He comes back in stronger with the yellow ochre and cadmium yellow, kind of like this. So the question is, at this point, are we trusting the process? Because obviously, it's just like watching the video. You don't see anything until the end. I'm about halfway through. I'm going to reinforce the lines in here. Cadmium cadmium red and burnt umber. That was too dark. Okay, so now we're putting in some darker colors, which are not spreading, and they need to be. I'll get to that in a minute or two. Comes in with a credit card. Might be a little early for this. Okay, I just came in with some Viridian on the bottom there. And I'm going to do my magic here. Okay, so we got a lot more. We're starting to work on the second layer here. My calligraphic is not really doing that well, but okay, so then he goes in with his might be a little wet. Okay, so we have the background underpainting down. Now we start to build some depth. The last layer here, or one of the last layers, is to bring some things forward. Well, okay, so you can see how I'm trying to bring stuff forward here. And I finally found my rigger. But I can't find my number 6 rigger, which is what I really want. This is number 2, a little skinnier line that I'm looking for. But it'll have to do. Maybe I can lay it down a little bit. No. Okay, so this is cadmium red and cadmium yellow. There needs to be some little deeper looks in here. Okay. It's actually finished, I guess. I will admit that this one kicked my bottom, mainly because the tension between dry paper and getting hard edges and wet paper and getting diffused edges, you cannot take as long as I did to do this. But I was very timid about application, trying to follow him online. But I think I at least got a good understanding of where he went with it and why. Well, alright, so I'm going to leave it here. I do not think it, well, it's okay. This kind of stuff is good for experimenting. I got two sides here, the warmer side, cooler side. The cooler side goes to about almost 2/3 of the page. And where I really had the most trouble was with these calligraphic stuff, because I couldn't find my liner. I only found a number 2, which is okay for these, but I had a number 6 somewhere, and I just used it the day before. Anyway, there you have it. So that's where I'm leaving it. Remember, the key here is to get down your blocking in background, and that's going to be erratic as far as hard lines here, hard edges, some soft hard edges, a lot of soft edges also.